Hello everyone, today we are going to study the 6th chapter of Flamingo, that's Going Places by A.R. Barton. Now, this chapter, Going Places, is about one girl, Sophie, a dreamer, unrealistic dreamer, a girl who just in her imagination makes a story, who just started believing in her own imagination and living them. This story is about the unrealistic dreams which Sophie made in her beliefs. As देखो, many times it happens कि हम कुछ सोचते हैं, हम अपने ही इमेजिनेशन में खो जाते हैं and we used to imagine that ऐसे ऐसा हुआ था, ऐसा ऐसा हुआ था. जैसे कि कहा जाता है ख्याली पुलाव मत बनाओ. तो बेसिकली जो सूफी थी वो ख्याली पुलाव बनाती थी और उस पुलाव पे बिलीव करती थी. इस स्टोरी में जो सूफी होती है उसकी पापा, मम्मी और 2 भाई होते हैं, एक छोटा एक बड़ा. जो बड़ा भाई होता है वो है जॉफ और उसकी एक बहुत अच्छी फ्रेंड होती है दैट इज़ जेंसी. ठीक है, अब ये चैप्टर स्टार्ट होता है कि सूफी अपने स्कूल जा रही थी. शी बिलोंग्स टू अ पुअर फैमिली वेयर शी हैज़ अ लॉट ऑफ ड्रीम्स इन हर आइज एंड शी बिलीव दैट शी विल कंप्लीट इट. We can say that she is a realistic dreamer. She didn't have a practical approach towards her dream. Now, she has a very high aspiration. She lives in the world of her dreams. As one day coming back from school with her friend Jency, she tells that after leaving school, she just wants to own a boutique shop. She just wants to be an owner in that boutique shop. But her friend Jency, she was a practical person. As she tells, for opening a boutique shop you needs a lot amount of money. Then Sophie said, I'm saving money for that. Then Jency replied that you need much amount of money for opening a boutique shop. Sophie said, I would be an owner, I would be a manager in that boutique shop, then after that I'll own it. And at that time Jency, as she was a realistic person, she said, doesn't live in your world of dreams. She said that Sophie and she would be likely to work in a biscuit factory after the schools. And when they reach Sophie's street, Jency tells her to be a practical in thinking. She will not get enough money for shop work and her father will never allow it. Then after that Sophie says that she'll become an actress as they just don't have to work a lot and she would be like running a boutique shop also. Now Sophie just reaches home and her father, mother and a younger brother, as I told you that one younger brother she has, his name is Derek. She tells them that if she ever gets money, whenever she'll get rich, she'll buy a home for their parents, for them. She says that I want to become an actress and all that. And at that time, his brother Derek says that money doesn't grow in trees. You have to work hard for that. And her mother take a sigh of relief. Then Sophie goes to look after her elder brother, that's Geoff. Geoff is an apprentice mechanic. Sophie finds him drinking with a motorcycle part. He travels to his work daily to the far side of the city. Now he speaks very little and Sophie feels that when he is not speaking, he is also in his own fantasizing world, in his imaginary world. Now, he says that she believes that there are some places of fascination for his brother also, as if Sophie has. Now, Sophie tells his brother that she met one of the Irish football player, and his name is Danny. Now she tells her that when she met Danny, he was just awesome. And Danny Casey in the arcade, and Geoff is aware of her sister's fascinating world and imagining all these things. He told her that he didn't believe her and he just aware of her daydreaming habits. He replies that it's not true, he doesn't believe him. Sophie tells him that she was looking at the clothes in the Royce's windows and Danny Casey stood beside her. Still not sure, Geoff asks her how Danny looked like. Sophie tells him that Danny had green and gentle eyes, he was not so tall, he was kind. And then after his father came there and Geoff tells him that Sophie met Danny Casey, Her father also doesn't believe her, although Geoff tell him that it's true. Yet her father, it's not sure if she really met Danny Casey. Danny Casey, as I told you, is an Irish player. He immensely liked by Sophie's family. And the Sophie tell her father that Danny told her that he's going to buy a shop for her, as a dream shop for her. Now, his father says that it was another of her wild stories which she used to just manipulate in her own world. It was in a fascinating world. She asked him, Sophie continues telling Geoff about a meeting with Danny Casey and all, and she asked him not to tell anybody about this. And then she asked him, then she told him that she asked Danny Casey for an autograph for his brother Derek, and at that time they didn't have any paper and pen, so he just said, we'll meet after 1 week and then I'll give you my autograph for your brother Derek. Now it was all Sophie's daydreaming. It was not at all the fact that she met Danny Casey. Her family very well knows what's the problem, or we can say how daydreamer, realistic dreamer she is. How she just makes stories in her own mind and live in that fantasizing world only. Now, all the members of Sophie's family are great fans of Danny. On Saturday, they make their weekly plan to visit there in United Team Play. Sophie and the father and little Derek go down, and Geoff went upwards towards with his friends. And now, the United wins by 2 goals. One was done by another player, and the second was scored by Danny. Now Sophie glows with pride and Geoff is very excited. It's just like as we watch a cricket match and our favorite player Virat Kohli just makes a century or makes and we just get happy. He just take a wicket or he just make a century. So next week Jency and Sophie met and Jency tell her that Geoff has told his brother Frank that she met Danny Casey. And Sophie is surprised because she has told Geoff not to tell anybody, but Geoff has told his brother Frank. So now Sophie is afraid that Jency will let the whole neighbor know about this, and she was just quite nervous that everyone will get to know about all this. Now, Jency promises her that she will not let anybody know about her meeting with the Danny Casey. Now. What happened? The Sophie said that she just asked Danny for an autograph as they did not have any paper or pen, so it was not good. Sophie again asked Jenny that her father did not want to believe it. She tells her the whole story. She narrates her the whole story. After dark, Sophie goes to the canal. She walks along a sheltered path. As like in her childhood, we always went to a garden and we just saw benches and we saw a couple sitting there, and in our own mind we just think that only married couples or can be love couples used to come here and sit here, but it's not actually many old couples also go to sit there, or many friends goes to sit there. It's not actually, but in her dream she just fantasized that only lovebirds used to sit there. So Sophie has always thought that it is a perfect place for meeting of lovers, as I told you. Sophie sit down and wait for Danny, and then again she just lost in a fantasizing world, in an imaginary world. She imagines him coming out of a shadow. She just imagines her own consequent excitement. Then she comes out of her dreaming and watches for him, and she just saw that the time is gone and now he is not there. There is no sign of coming of him there. She remembers Geoff saying that he would never come and meet her. Danny does not come there and she feels sad and hopeless. She thinks that now she will never be able to show the family that they were wrong. They were not believing her about her first meeting, about her taking autograph of Danny Casey. Now Sophie leaves that place and comes into the street. On the way, she sees her father's bicycle outside the pub. She is glad because her father will not be there when she reaches home. Coming through the arcade, she again imagines that Danny is outside Royce's. She says, "Excuse me, but aren't you Danny Casey?" He turns and says that he is. Sophie tells him that she, along with a brother, father, along with his whole family. She just came there to see her match, and she just saw her winning, and they were very happy looking at him. Then Sufi asked him for an autograph. His eyes are on the same level as her own, and he smiles so shyly, exposing teeth with gaps between. His eyes are green, they seem gentle and cozy. He says that he has no pen, and Sufi too doesn't have any pen. She says that his brother will be very sorry afterwards. She waits in the arcade for a long while. She remembers his soft melodious voice, the shimmer of his green eyes. Very image as she saw him playing the last Saturday appears in front of her mind, flashes in her mind. She recollects Denny's image moving past the defenders in the stadium. In her mind eyes, she sees the specters making a thunderous applause when Denny scores the goal. Basically, this story is all about Sufi and her imagination world.